Hi, my name is Natalie Aguirre, and here I will be summarizing and giving my thoughts on the Facebook Dilemma video. So the video starts off with talking about how Mark Zuckerberg founded and launched Facebook in the year 2004. He started it out basically as an online directory for college students, and he launched it at Harvard where he went to school, and within just the first couple of weeks, over half the school had signed up and made an account. It grew extremely quickly, and by June of 2005, Facebook had 3 million users. Now, along with this really amazing success, also followed a lot of various problems, and a lot of these problems were ignored because Facebook was more concerned with their growth and increasing their profit rather than these problems. So first off, lack of privacy. So Facebook's lack of privacy is something that came into question pretty early on. But in 2010, the Federal Trade Commission, they became extremely concerned, and a man named David Vladek discovered that Facebook basically had been sharing users' personal data with third-party developers, which are companies that build games and apps for Facebook. So Facebook settled with the FTC, and they agreed to fix the problem. Next, Russia used Facebook to meddle with Ukraine. So there was a secret propaganda factory in St. Petersburg called the Internet Research Agency, and hundreds of Russian operatives were basically using social media to fight the anti-Russian government. So their main intention was to make the Ukrainian government look bad. So this propaganda worked, and people began to fear and distrust the Ukrainian government. The top advisor for the Ukrainian government met with Facebook, and they told him that they're an open platform and that anyone can post anything, and they didn't do anything about it. In fact, Facebook didn't really take any action in Russian interference until the 2016 presidential election. So it is said that Facebook is to have affected the outcome of the 2016 presidential election. There was a ton of fake news and misinformation on Facebook, and Trump's election basically put Facebook on the spot. And so Facebook finally started to investigate and look into this, and they discovered that the same internet agency in St. Petersburg that had been meddling with the Ukrainian government was also responsible, or at least largely responsible, for a lot of the misinformation and fake news during the presidential election. So worst of all was the genocide in Myanmar, I believe is how you say it, and I actually looked it up. I wanted to see how many people died, and first of all, obviously Wikipedia popped up, and it said over 1,000 people died, but then I looked at other sources, and it says that like 10,000 plus people died, but regardless, it's somewhere there in the thousands, which is just absolutely heartbreaking that something like Facebook could be responsible for a huge number of deaths like that. But unfortunately, Facebook is the dominant information platform for many different countries. But finally, after all this, just earlier last year in April, Mark Zuckerberg went before Congress, and he finally took responsibility for not doing enough to prevent people from using Facebook to provide harm to others. And so for this past midterm election that we just had, Facebook set up a team to monitor the fake news and delete fake accounts. But their profit is still going up. They're not really being affected by this too much, and I guess that kind of comes to my points now, I guess, my views on this issue. And I had no idea any of this was going on whatsoever, which is crazy. I've had Facebook since I was in about 7th or 8th grade, and I never knew any of this at all. And it's really opened my eyes and made me look at Facebook in a different way. I mean, I don't use it a lot, but I do use it to connect with family and with friends. And to be quite honest with you, now if I read an article or if I see things, I am gonna wonder, is this even a good source of information? Is this even reliable? Because a lot of the information, a lot of it is all fake and incorrect. So I guess my question is, to the rest of my classmates is, how much has this affected your viewpoint on Facebook? Because personally, I'm thinking about deleting my account because I don't use it much anyways. And if this is what is happening, and yes, Mark Zuckerberg finally did acknowledge the problems, but there was a lady towards the end of the video, and she talks about, again, how their profit's still going up, so they don't really have a large incentive to really fix the core of the problem. And it's not really going to be fixed anytime soon. So I guess I just do leave with that question. Would you consider deleting your account after having watched these videos? Thank you.